What's up, guys? NBA talk. Playoffs. The first day of the playoffs. Game one's first round. The Golden State Warriors game just finished. I'll be talking about that. This is pretty much the halftime. Um, for the entire day one. We still have the Dallas and Oklahoma City for the main event, and they have Boston versus Atlanta Hawks. So let me talk about the first game that started. That is the Indiana Pacers versus Toronto Raptors at Toronto. Um, this ended up weird. I never expected the Indiana Pacers to win the first game. Um, I expected this game to go to six. Toronto Raptors going to win it in six. But this was a very surprising game. I was expecting Toronto to win this game, especially in the first quarter, as I expected. Pretty much it was the bench, and it would happen throughout the entire game. The bench provided because Toronto Raptors are just deep. They're just too deep, more deeper than the Indiana Pacers. I'm just surprised that they lost this game, but it's just one game though. Um, the Indiana Pacers just beat them down defensively throughout the entire night. Just wailing them down, not giving them so much. The starters for the Toronto Raptors did not show up that much because basically it was just crazy. Paul George was guarding DeMar DeRozan all night long and giving him trouble all night. Um, it worked. Basically, it worked. Kyle Lowry was being guarded very, very well. I think he got multiple guards guarding him. The Indiana Pacers throwing him so many looks. You have Valanciunas having struggling big time, and then ended up fouling out, which will be the nail in the coffin. But Toronto Raptors had more weapons to help them out. I'm just surprised that they lost, seeing how good the bench played. So gotta give up for the Indiana Pacers, just keeping themselves just cooling off the Toronto Raptors. So the game was 100 Indiana Pacers to 90 Toronto Raptors. It was still close. It's still 10 points. It was a low scoring game, but it just picked up over time. So let's look at the Indiana Pacers. You have Paul George playing phenomenal. 33 points, 2 block shots, 4 steals, 6 assists, and 4 rebounds. Um, he shot 54% from the field. He made 12 out of 22 shooting. That's just phenomenal. Big time. As the superstar of the Indiana Pacers, I expected nothing less. Um, it was great. Nothing much from anyone else from the starters. You can say something from Monta Ellis. He had 15 points, 10 points from George Hill. But the bench provided the most. Miles Turner, 10 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 block shots. This guy pretty much, I would say he was the second best person on in the entire game because his defense was really good and he was guarding people um, up in the 3 point line, which is great. You have Solomon Hill giving you 13 points, shooting well. Well, 33%. Then in fact, but he was shooting well when they needed it. 7 points from Rodney Stuckey. Um, 5 points from C.J. Miles, who was pretty much spreading the floor and grabbing some rebounds. So the team shot 43% from the field overall, 52% from the 3 point line. It was crazy. They had 11 steals overall. They had eight block shots overall. It was a good defensive game. They were very good defensively, very efficient. So let's look at the Toronto Raptors. You have Norman Powell had 5 points, 4 points from Louis Scola. Both players never had 20 minutes. So um, Valanciunas had 12 points and 19 rebounds. Of course, like I said, he had 6 personal fouls. He fouled out in the fourth quarter. Um, DeRozan was guarded all night long, shot 5 out of 19 shooting, only ended up with 14 points. Kyle Lowry shot 3 out of 13, which is proves to show the guards were doing him well. Um, 6 turnovers from him as well. So they were guarding this dude big time. And then I look at the bench. Patrick Patterson giving you 9 points, 6 rebounds, pretty much spreading the floor good. You have the return of DeMar Carroll, who's been missing for most of the season. He had 6 points. He provided good defense. Uh, Bismo, Biombo, 6 points, 8 rebounds, and 2 block shots. He was very good defensively. Corey Joseph manning the floor very well. He had 18 points and 3 assists. And Terrence Ross he got his share. He only had 5 points, but he was very active, very active. The team shot 38% overall. Let's see. They didn't shoot well from the free throw line. 19 turnovers, 17 assists, 52 rebounds. So hey, Indiana Pacers showed up when it needed, especially defensively. So we'll see what happens next game. It will still be in Toronto, of course. Toronto has the advantage. We'll see. So that's it. Indiana Pacers go up in the series 1. So peace out, y'all. Golden State Warriors and Houston Rockets. Next video, and I have a lot to say on that one.